A lot of beginners are picking up the excellent DJI Mini 4 Pro, but they are ruining their footage with this simple mistake. So the DJI Mini 4 Pro sure is a fantastic drone. To start with, it's small, it's portable, discreet, and really easy to fly. You've got 4K video quality, decent looking photos, and yet the footage that you take with this, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look cinematic, anything you see on social media. What is going wrong? So the main thing that is going to completely ruin the look of your drone footage is the filming and or the editing technique. So when you fly your drone in a location, you want to imagine you're filming this location for like an advert. You're filming a showcase, something for stock footage. Even if that's not the case, and it's just going to be you watching this back, nobody else is ever going to see this, you still want that place to look really good. You want your footage to think, yeah, I filmed that. I'm impressed with it. So you have to think about what you're filming that location. Have a look at the different things there. Is there a landscape? Is there a certain building, a tower? Have a look before you go off and even fly your drone. That will also help to save battery. So once the drone's in the air, people do one of two things. The first option is, what they'll do is they'll get the drone in the air, they'll get the controller, and they'll hit record and just do one really long video. Or what they'll do is they'll start and stop recording in different sections. Now, neither method is wrong, but I personally find option 2 is a lot easier than to edit. So the problem comes is when you set off and you fly your drone towards something that actually looks pretty cool, but then you change direction of that drone and you go in a different direction, a different way. Like this landscape shot here, I'm showing this great landscape in the distance. So I've got this shot, but then I changed that drone's direction to face a different way. And all of these jerks and changes of direction just looks terrible. Same with any gimbal motion. If it's too fast, it's going to look awful. Now, naturally, you're going to change the direction of that drone. You're not going to be just flying in one straight line all the time. But the key to this is that there doesn't want to be any sudden changes. When you do change the direction of this drone, nobody should ever see that. And that's why I find filming in option 2, filming in sections, a lot easier. So if we look at this cruise ship here, I'm going to do a side shot, a front on shot, a reveal, several shots in this area. But it's like you didn't see any of these direction changes because I cut all of them out in the edit. So you just have this much better looking video. And this honestly will make such a massive difference to how your footage looks. Just look at this now and see the difference between keeping all the direction movements in. So I'm just going to have one long video and you're just going to see it, to then cutting it all out. Example 1 or example 2, which one do you think's best? So I'll show you how to actually do this in your editor, but another top tip for you is to always use high quality memory cards. The last thing you want to happen is that you go off and you fly your drone in this great landscape and all of your footage is ruined. It's not playable. Poor quality memory cards should be avoided. It's happened to me and I've made that mistake. It'll never happen again. So I've been using these Lexar memory cards now for about 2 years and they have never once let me down. I have that in all of my drones. I've got them in my action cameras, my main cameras. I've even got one inside of the new Nintendo Switch 2. And I highly recommend these Silver Plus micro SD cards. So they're super affordable, really fast write speeds, they're waterproof, temperature proof, X-ray proof, and super reliable. So I use the 128GB card on my Mini 4 Pro, more than enough for 4K filming. And then on the Mavic 4 Pro, bigger file sizes, I use the 256GB cards. And then when traveling, I use the SSD drives. These offer super fast read and write speeds. Connect these up to your iPad or to your laptop, then you can transfer all your footage to these really small SSD drives. So if you want to go and check out any of these, I'm going to link them at the top of the description. There's also an Amazon Prime sale on, so fantastic time to go and pick these up. Thank you so much for Lexar for sponsoring this video. Okay, so how do we actually cut these out, get all these annoying like movements out of it? Well, if you film in option 2 like me, when you look at your drone video clips, you won't see hardly any of these direction changes because you didn't start and stop recording all of it. If you do one massive loop, then you're going to have to cut all of these out. Let's just say you did that. So what you want to do is drag your video clip into your video editor and then just skim through and look for any parts where you see that drone is changing direction. Now in most video editors, they're all called something similar. Normally it's called the blade tool, might be the slice tool, the cut tool. So just go through and select the parts where you see this drone changing direction at all and cut all of that out. You can even do this on the DJI Fly app. It's got a built-in editor. Even that allows you to cut different sections out. So really is no excuse. Okay, so now you've cut out all of these annoying direction changes and you're just left with the actual main parts of that drone clip. So you could be in an area and you could have like a top-down shot, a reveal shot, a side shot. These don't have to be long videos. It could be like 5 to 15 second clips. And then after every single one of those, just cut them out and then move on to another thing. So let's just say, for instance, you're doing a side shot of this cruise ship here. After I've done that, I'll cut it. I'll do a top-down shot. I'll show you that. I'll cut it. Then I might do a front shot where I'm looking at the front of the cruise ship. Do that for about 5 to 7 seconds, cut that. And then what happens then is you're left with all of these clips and it looks so much better. You could then get some music, add that onto it as well, and you're left with something great that you can watch back and look at it and go, yeah, that looks fantastic. What a fantastic area this looks like. You could get it and share it to social media, make it into an Instagram reel, do whatever you want with it. And the key focus here is that when you are filming, you want to have everything nice and smooth. It's a cinematic drone, so you want to, most of the time, put it in cine and just have all of your drone moves and movements nice and smooth and consistent. If you do fast and erratic moves, that looks great for like FPV drones, but on cinematic drones, the key is slow and smooth. And when you're doing these drone moves, don't just do the same one all the time, just like this front shot, top down shot. Experiment and do different ones like orbit shots. It's going to look so much better. And don't forget, I've got my own ultimate drone moves. This is a brand new book, and inside of here, it goes through all of the different drone moves, gives you some extra tips, got an ND filter guide in here. This is fantastic for keeping with you, and it doesn't matter if you fly the Mavic 4 Pro, the Mini 4 Pro, you can do all of these different drone moves. Keep this in the bag and you're going to be so much better in your drone flying skills. So thank you so much for watching. The next step is to actually go and have a go at this. So you want to actually get your drone clips, put them into your video editor and just cut out all of those annoying drone movements. So you don't want to see any of that, and you will see such a huge difference in the quality of what that looks like as an end result. Or actually go off and film, and the next time you film, rather than hitting record and just filming everything for like 10-15 minutes, only hit record at the times you want to actually show that as an end result. So we're going and do a reveal shot. So I'm going to hit record. I do that reveal shot. Once I've done it, I stop recording. I want to do a side shot. So I hit record. I do that. Stop recording, and it's going to make your life so much easier. This is like, it's such a massive tip where a lot of people go wrong, and you're going to get such better results if you follow this. So I hope you got some value. If you did, all I ask is just hit that like button. It really does help out. Get videos like this to more places, and subscribe. A lot of videos coming out really soon, some exciting news. So have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.